Hi everyone, today I'm going to give you what is probably my biggest single tip to become successful, or at least to improve yourself as a pharmacist working in primary care. Hi everyone, my name is Osama Madlum. I'm a pharmacist working here in England where I've got over 24 years of experience. Welcome to the channel, nice to meet you today. So if you're anything like me and have worked sort of here in England or anywhere really in the Western world in pharmacy, sort of for the past few years, you'll have noticed that a lot of our patients are getting more and more elderly, and it's something that we have to deal with increasingly on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of these patients have obviously multi-morbidity. They have more than one sort of disease process underlying their conditions. So the biggest piece of advice really that I can give you is to specialize or at least upgrade your skills in the field of geriatrics. So if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen that I have completed the mandatory 18-month primary care pharmacy education pathway course when I transitioned from community pharmacy into primary care pharmacy. So after I finished that, I thought, you know what else can I do? What else can I actually do to improve myself as a pharmacist? Because the way I see it, the primary care course was just the start really and not the end. So I came across a doctor called Dr. Elena Mucci on Instagram, I think, and to be honest with you, she's absolutely amazing. She actually sparked my interest in geriatrics. I'll put a link to her website and her socials in the description. So I actually didn't even realize that I needed to have an interest in geriatrics until I saw some of the work that she's been doing. So if you have a look on her Instagram page, for example, it's absolutely amazing. She does a lot of case studies where she talks through cases that she's seen in her day-to-day clinics, and it really did open my eyes to the whole field of geriatrics. And you know, if you're anything like me, a lot of your patients are going to fall into that geriatrics sort of geriatrician category. You know, a lot of my patients, they are over 60, 65, 70s, 80s, and how a geriatrician approaches these patients is completely different to how I've seen some of the GPs approach these patients. So the other good thing about Dr. Elena Mucci is that she does online courses as well, of which some of them I've already done. Some are free, some are paid. She's done, I think, a polypharmacy one, which is really good. I'm currently doing a hypertension one as well. So I really highly recommend that you go to her website and look at some of the courses that she has to offer. Again, if you look at her social media on Instagram, it's absolutely jam-packed with information. I mean, her Instagram stories are invaluable. I have learned so much from following her on Instagram. It's been absolutely unbelievable. How I approach patients in the geriatric sort of cohort has completely changed since I've been following Dr. Mucci and her teachings. And I think just in general, it really would not do any harm if you're a pharmacist to sort of familiarize yourself with geriatrics and really get a feel for the geriatric patient, because how they handle drugs obviously is completely different to a younger person. How you treat the patients is different as well. You have to be a lot more careful. For example, treating them with antihypertensives, you don't want their blood pressure to go too low. And again, obviously things like the renal function isn't going to be as good, so you really have to review a lot of the medicines, especially things like opiates and stuff like that. So you know, that's it in a nutshell really. Just go and specialize in geriatrics and look at Dr. Elena Mucci's work, because to me anyway, it's been an absolute revelation. I look at my patients in a completely different light since I've come across her teachings. I can't recommend enough her teachings, and I can't recommend enough specializing in geriatrics, because is going to be our bread and butter, if not already so. You know, fast forward another 5-10 years and the UK population is going to get older and older, and more of our patients are going to fall within the geriatrics cohort. So it's a massive thing. You really have to get some upskilling in geriatrics, if not outright specialization in geriatrics. Trust me, you will not look back if you do this. And I know for a fact, since I have specialized in geriatrics, I have managed to improve the lives of a lot of my patients by, for example, deprescribing a lot of antihypertensive drugs. It's just, you'll see it yourself. You'll see patients in like their 80s, they're on 3 antihypertensive drugs and their blood pressure is down to like 110/60 or something crazy like that, you know. So it really does save people's lives, not to mention the amount of deprescribing I've done, for example, with buprenorphine patches. You know, you see patients 95 years old and they're on 20 micrograms of excuse me, buprenorphine. It's absolutely ridiculous. So excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So like I say, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of specializing in geriatrics, or at least getting yourself upskilled in this area. Anyway, that is my big tip for today. It's probably the single biggest tip that I think I could give anyone doing pharmacy at the moment, really. You know, go and have a look at it. Go and have a look at Dr. Mucci's materials. You will not be disappointed, and if anything, you will probably change the way that you practice pharmacy. Anyway, I hope you found some value in this. I really been wanting to make this video for ages, this topic of geriatrics. I think it's really, really important. So go and have a look, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, guys. See you later. Bye.